everyone, welcome back all of you. In today's video, we are going to derive the expression for different types of V-stone bridges, and to continue with that, first we'll have a look of what is the general formula for output of V-stone bridges, and then using that particular formula we will proceed further with quarter bridge, half bridge, and then full bridge. So let's begin with it. I have drawn a V-stone bridge which is having four arms, R1, R2, R3 and R4. They can be in any manner. It need not necessary that this should be R1, this should be R2, R3 or R4. It's completely, it's not going to affect anything. So let's assume these 2 points are A and B, where voltage supply is connected, and these points are C and D. And our aim is to derive the general expression for output voltage V0. And before we proceed further, always keep in mind here between C and D there is a voltmeter which is going to sense the output voltage. So the resistance of the meter should be infinite, so that it does not derive any current in this particular path. Then only will be whatever we are going to derive will be applicable. So let's assume this B point as ground, and we wish to derive the expression for output voltage. So V0 will be is equal to voltage difference at the point C and D, Vc minus Vd. So let's separate this circuit diagram in two different parts. So this is the point B and this is the point A. Their supply voltage is connected. Why I am able to separate this? As I already mentioned that we have to assume that the resistance of the meter is infinite, so that it is not going to draw any current. So we can look this circuit in two individual parts. So again this is B point as it is connected at the same point, and this is R3 and R4. This one is R1 and R2. This is C and this is D. So what will be the voltage at point C? Just simply voltage division you have to do. R2 voltage across CB is R2 divided by R2 plus R1 into Vs. So this is simple voltage division rule. And then voltage at point D will be equal to R4 divided by R4 plus R3 into Vs. So just we need to put the values in our output expression. V0 is equal to Vc minus Vd. Vc is equal to R2 divided by R2 plus R1 into Vs minus Vd will be equal to R4 divided by R4 plus R3 into Vs. So take Vs common. Output expression will be R2 divided by R2 plus R1 minus R4 divided by R4 plus R3 into Vs. So this is the general formula. If you are worrying about what if I change R1, R2, R3 and R4, that's not going to affect at all. Let's say this is R1, this is R2 now, this is R3 and this is R4. So what is going to change? The output expression will be R3 divided by R3 plus R1 minus R4 divided by R4 plus R2 into Vs. So you need not by heart the output expression. You just have to assume this particular point as V0. So automatically this is ground 0. So automatically this will be Vs, and just simply apply the voltage division, because this you can assume that there is no path for the current. So R3 divided by R3 plus R1 minus R4 divided by R4 plus R2 into Vs. So this is the general formula. So in the quarter bridge there is going to be only one sensing arm, and out of all four I can assume any one of varying one. So I am assuming the arm resistance between C and V is going to vary, and the resistance is going to be R plus delta. And one more another important observation is that in the beginning you have to assume that all the four arms of the Wheatstone bridge are equal. And also, as I already mentioned, the voltmeter which is going to sense the output voltage at point C and D, its resistance should be infinite so that it does not draw any current in this particular path, and we can simply apply voltage division formula here. So the output expression for this particular bridge configuration is going to be V naught is equal to voltage at point C minus voltage at point D. And I am assuming the voltage at point B is equal to 0, the ground point, and as the voltage difference is Vs, the voltage at point A is equal to Vs. So the voltage expression at point C is going to be simply voltage division formula, R plus delta R divided by R plus delta R plus R, minus the voltage at point D is going to be R by R plus R, and the whole expression multiplied by Vs. So as I already said, you need not by heart any formula, you just need to apply the voltage division rule. What will be the voltage at point C minus what will be the voltage at point D. Voltage at point C is going to be the voltage across the resistance R plus delta R, as this point is 0. So voltage division says R plus delta R divided by R plus delta R plus R, and whole thing is multiplied by Vs, minus voltage across point D and B is going to be R divided by R plus R, and whole thing multiplied by Vs. So I have taken the Vs terms common in the beginning itself. So let's there is nothing left, we just need to simplify it. So R plus delta R divided by 2R plus delta R minus R divided by 2R, whole thing is multiplied by Vs. So V naught is going to be R plus delta R divided by 2R plus delta R minus 1 by 2 into Vs. R and R gets cancelled. And then further simplification will tell the final expression for quarter bridge. V naught is going to be 2R plus 2 delta R minus 2R minus delta R divided by 2 times 2R plus delta R. Simply LCM we have to take. So V naught is equal to 2R and 2R gets cancelled. 2 delta R minus delta R is going to be delta R, and then 4R plus 2 times of delta R into Vs. And as we know that the variations in resistance are going to be very less, they are not going to be very much. For example, if we say R is 100 ohm and the delta R value is not going to be more than 1 ohm. So 4R means 4 times of 100 is 400 and 2 times of delta R is 2. So 400 is a very greater amount than 2. So we can just simply neglect this particular value and can assume it as 0. So the expression will simplify as 1 by 4 into delta R by R into Vs, or say Vs by 4 into delta R by R. So the quarter bridge formula is going to be Vs by 4 into delta by R. And to make it simplified in your mind, just have a look of its name, quarter bridge. Quarter means the output expression is going to be have 1 by 4 in it. That's it. So now let's move to the second bridge, half bridge. Now in the half bridge configuration, there are going to be 2 adjacent sensing arms. Out of 4 arms, any 2 adjacent arms you can assume it as varying one. And for that, let's take an example that how actually the half bridge configuration going to come into the picture. Let us assume there is a cantilever beam which is having 2 strain gauges bonded on it, and if we apply force or weight on it, this cantilever beam is going to get deflected little bit in the downward direction, and then strain gauge 1 is going to experience the elongation. So elongation means the length will be varied as L plus delta L, and because of that the resistance will be R plus delta R, and the strain gauge 2 which is going to feel compression. So its length is going to decrease L minus delta L, and due to which this is going to give the effect as R minus delta R. So let us assume this arm is as strain gauge 1 and this arm is as strain gauge 2. So this is going to feel the effect as R plus delta R, and this one is going to feel the effect as R minus delta R. So now we want to derive the output expression for voltage, which is going to be voltage at C minus voltage at D. So voltage at point B is equal to 0 and voltage at point A is equal to Vs, as the voltage difference is Vs, and also the meter resistance is infinite, so the current drawn by this branch is going to be 0. So simply by applying the voltage division across at point C and point D, so the voltage at point C is going to be R by R plus delta R, minus voltage division at point D is going to be R divided by R plus R minus delta R, and whole thing I am going to divide by Vs instead of multiplying it individually. And now the whole picture is over. Now you just need to simplify the expression to get the output voltage formula for half bridge configuration. So just take the LCM, and it is going to be, first let's simplify a little further, then we'll take the LCM. R by 2R plus delta R minus R by 2R minus delta into Vs. Now we'll take the LCM. R into 2R minus delta R minus R into 2R plus delta R divided by 2R plus delta R into 2R minus delta R, and whole expression is multiplied by Vs. Now multiply it further. 2R square minus R into delta R minus 2R square minus R into delta R, and divided by, this is going to be A plus B into A minus B, so A square minus B square, so 2R whole square minus delta R whole square. So 2R minus 2R square minus 2R square is going to be cancelled, and minus delta R delta R minus R delta R is going to be minus of 2 times of R delta R divided by 4R square minus delta R whole square. As I mentioned previously also, the changes in resistance is going to be very less, so delta R whole square we can simply neglect it, and then we can simplify it as minus of 2 times R delta R divided by 4R square, and whole thing was multiplied by Vs here also. So now the expression can be written as R and R gets cancelled, minus of 2 times of delta R into R divided by 4R into whole thing is Vs. So from 2, 4 gets cancelled 2 times, and R gets cancelled. So the output expression comes as minus of Vs by 2 into delta R. So as in the case of half bridge, the coefficient in the denominator is going to come as 2, and the minus sign is coming because of we are taking the voltage difference at C and D. If we just simply reverse the polarities, if we take the voltage difference at VD minus VC like this, minus plus, so the minus will automatically will come as V naught equal to Vs by 2 into delta R. So that's not going to affect anything. If in the diagram itself, if it is mentioned plus minus, you have to write the answer in the negative form, and if in the diagram itself, if it is reverse the polarity, then you will have to write the answer as positive form. So that's the derivation of half bridge formula. Now we'll have a look of full bridge configuration as well. And now in the full bridge configuration, the set of 2 opposite arms are going to experience the same effect. And let's take the same example again, that we are having one cantilever beam, and there are bonded 4 strain gauges now instead of only 2. Strain gauge 1, 2, 3 and 4. So again, if we apply any force on it from top of it, it is going to produce some deflection, and now strain gauge 1 and strain gauge 2 going to feel the elongation, and due to the increase in resistance, the increase in the length, the resistance is going to vary as R plus delta R. And in the case of strain gauge 3 and strain gauge 4, they are going to feel the compression, and then delta L minus delta L, this is L plus delta L. So as they are feeling compression, the length of the strain gauges is going to decrease. So because of that, they are going to feel the effect as R minus delta R. So, but the most important thing in this full bridge configuration is that the arms which are experiencing the same effect, strain gauge 1 and strain gauge 2, has to be placed in opposite arms. The reason behind that I'll tell first. I complete the derivation for full bridge, and let's put these values in a bridge. So this is strain gauge 1 and strain gauge 2, the experiencing same effect, so they has to be placed in opposite arms. And this strain gauge number 3 and strain gauge number 4 experiencing the same effect and has to be placed in opposite arms. So now we have to derive the derivation for V0 is equal to Vc minus Vd, voltage at point C minus voltage at point D. Again the same thing, the voltmeter resistance has to be infinite so that it does not draws any current. So we can simply apply the voltage division here. So voltage at point C is going to be R minus delta R divided by R minus delta R plus R plus delta R, minus voltage at point D is going to be R plus delta R divided by R plus delta R plus arm resistance between A and D, R minus delta R, and whole expression multiplied by Vs. So now by simplifying it, V0 is equal to R minus delta R divided by minus delta R and plus delta R, and this is going to give us 2R minus delta R plus delta R. This is again going to give us 2R, and whole thing is multiplied by Vs. And now we can simply take Vs and 2R out, and this is R minus delta R minus R minus delta R. So R minus R is going to get cancelled, and V0 is going to be Vs by 2R into minus of 2 delta R. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled, and the output expression is going to come as Vs into delta R by R, and the minus thing will come. As I already mentioned, the polarity is going to change according to these signs provided in the question itself. So if the polarities are going to reverse, this is going to get Vs into delta R by R. So and also one more important thing you have to keep in mind in case of full bridge configuration. In the case of quarter bridge and half bridge, we had to take a little approximation, and then we came to the final end formula. But in the case of full bridge configuration, we need not necessarily to take any approximation to derive our final expression. So this is the benefit in this particular case, that we are going to get very sensitive output without any approximation. And now, as I was talking about, we have to place the same effect feeling arms in the opposite arms of the resistance. Why so? Because if let us say if I place it in this manner, that adjacent arms are going to feel the same effect, so they will be having R plus delta R in both of them, and they will be having R minus delta R in both of them. So if you apply any stress or force on cantilever beam, this is 1, 2, 3 and 4, when it deflects, these are going to feel that elongation, as I mentioned. So they will be having R plus delta R, and 3 and 4 are going to feel as R minus delta R. But if you now try to derive the output expression for V0, and if you do the voltage division, R plus delta R divided by R plus delta R into plus R plus delta R, minus voltage division in this arm, voltage at D is going to be R minus delta R divided by R minus delta R plus R minus delta R, and whole thing will be multiplied by Vs. So V naught is going to be R plus delta R divided by 2R plus 2 delta R minus R minus delta R divided by 2R minus 2 delta R, and whole thing is multiplied by Vs. So now you can see R plus delta R divided by 2 times of R plus delta R. So this thing is going to be 1 by 2, and R minus delta R divided by 2 times of R minus delta R. So this thing also is going to be 1 by 2, and whole thing is Vs. So this is going to produce no deflection in the voltmeter reading. So if we place the resistance in this particular fashion, even if we apply any stress on the cantilever beam, and when it is going to produce elongation and compression in the strain gauges, even after that also you are not going to get any output out of it. So for that purpose, you have to always keep in mind that the arms which are experiencing the same effect, you have to place in the opposite arms of the Wheatstone bridge to get the valuable output. And now let us summarize whatever we have discussed till now. And before we proceeded further with any kind of derivation, we always had to keep in mind that all the 4 arms resistance of the bridge has to be equal. And then the second thing we have to keep in mind that the meter resistance has to be infinite, so that it does not draw any current and does not produce any loading effect. Then only we will be able to apply the voltage division rule with ease. And these are the outcome of today's lecture, that if it is a quarter bridge, the output expression is going to be Vs by 4 delta R by R. Quarter bridge means 1 by 4 will come in the multiplication factor, and in case of half bridge, 1 by 2 is going to come as a multiplication factor in our expression, and in the case of full bridge, only 1 will be present here. So these are all the 3 different configurations of Wheatstone bridge. Hope it is clear for all of you, and if you have any doubt, you can mention it in the comment section. Thank you.